I've heard some good things about this knockoff, but is it really good? Let's find out. Hello and welcome back to the channel. In this video we're gonna take a look at a knockoff of amazing Yamaguchi Revoltech Catwoman made by Arkham Factory. I got it from AliExpress, and in case you want to get your copy you can do so over the link in the video description. Now, Arkham Factory is actually the same as Max, that company that is on the market for some time now and that made some good KOs in the past, but I was told by the guys from CT Toys that this is their best KO so far. So I'm very excited to see how good this figure really is. First, we're gonna start with the packaging. It's a copy of the standard modern Revoltech box without a plastic window, so we can't see the figure. What we see instead are promo shots here in front, but all logos and names are removed. Here is one side of the box. Here is the back with more promo images that highlight all included accessories. Here is the other side, nothing on the top or on the bottom. So now, let's open it up and let's take a look at the figure. Here is Arkham Factory Catwoman out of the box, and if you can ignore weird cuts in the sculpt, standard for Revoltech, this is a really nice looking figure and a great copy. The joints are sturdy, nothing is loose here, and that's something that, of course, we all love to see. Catwoman is around 15 centimeters tall to the tip of her cat ears. Now the style, the look that they went with here is more cartoon looking. It's stylized in proportions, of course, that's what Revoltech usually does with their figures, but that is especially visible on the face. I mean, Revoltech is not known for realism on their head sculpts anyway, but what I want to say is that this style is probably not for everyone. I talked about this many times before, but it also took some time for me to get used to their figures, and this is actually the first time that I'm reviewing one of their female figures that have a bit different design than the male characters that they've done. All in all, if you're a fan of this line, you will probably love how this figure looks, both original and this KO. Here is a closer look at the head, and look at how clean the face print is done. Eyebrows, eyes and lips look sharp, there's no misprint here. Eyes are articulated and we'll get to that in a bit. Then we have her mask with cat ears and goggles that are part of the sculpt of this head. Lenses are painted metallic red with a little bit of shading. The neck has these straps sculpted on. Then we have her chest with silver buckles, and on the whole costume there are textured parts that have a glossy finish and smooth parts that have a matte finish. So they play a nice dynamic and make this fully black suit less dull. Here is how the back of the figure looks. This little piece here is removable. Here is a closer look at her arm with these sculpted lines that make the costume look more interesting. She has her fisted hands, and then here on her legs we get more of these sculpted lines and textured parts. She has her boots with high heels, and these shoelaces are tied here at the top. And she also has these metallic silver pieces going around the boots. And even with her high heels, she still stands fine on her own without too much issue. There we go. All in all, as someone who enjoys Revoltech figures, even with their strange design, I really love how this KO turned out. Let's now take a look at her articulation. The head and the neck give you a nice range of movement. She can look left and right. She has a great side-to-side tilt. Here is how far she looks down and then up. Arms rotate 360. Here is how far they move out. There is no real bicep swivel, but we do get a swivel here on this Revoltech joint. Then we get another swivel in the elbows, and elbows bent this much. There is another swivel in the wrists, and the hands hinge in all directions. We have two cuts in the torso, and together they give you a nice range of movement. She can turn left and right. She has a nice side-to-side tilt. This is how much she bends forward. Here is how far she bends back. Here is how far the legs can go out, and here is how far they move forwards and back. She has a thigh swivel, another swivel in the knees. This is how far the knees can bend. Then we have a swivel in the ankles. Feet move slightly forward but better back. She has a toe joint and a really generous ankle pivot. So all in all, I'm really satisfied with the articulation on this figure. And I forgot to mention that this is a double Revoltech ball joint in the shoulders, so the arms can tilt up and down, and this is what gives her a much better range of movement, because even though she doesn't have the standard Revoltech butterfly joint, the arms can still go across the chest really far. Look at this. And then this is how far they move back. So this is a really great engineering and a really nice knockoff that has a great range of movement. Let's now take a look at her accessories. First of all, she comes with that exclusive unmasked head that is something that KO usually does with their releases. I'm not a fan of that, but this head sculpt looks really good. She has her short hair, and on this one she kind of has that smirky face. Her necklace or choker around the neck, so we get an alternate naked neck as well. And on all of the other faces, the eyes articulate, but on this one they are just printed on. She comes with two more alternate faceplates, a smiling one and the one with the tongue out, where she is kind of like licking her lips, and both of these look really good, same as the default face that we saw on the figure. And as I said, all of these faceplates have articulated eyes. And of course we do get a tool, so we simply plug it in like this, and now we can move the eyes left and right, so we can pose her like she's looking to the side. She also comes with one more alternate head, and this is actually a fully alternate head, not just the faceplate, but this one has her goggles down on her eyes. And I don't know if this faceplate is removable. It looks like it is, but it's kind of stuck. Maybe it's glued. This faceplate doesn't have the eyes, but goggles pegged in instead, and the lenses are not translucent, so you don't see, black holes through them. They are nice, shiny and metallic. I don't want to break this. I don't want to force it, and it looks like this is maybe glued, maybe not, I'm not sure again, but I don't want to break this beautiful knockoff. Now, to switch these faceplates, you need to remove the top of the head and then pull off the face, and we can give her the alternate one, put the top back on, and this is how that looks. We can also pull out the neck and give her that alternate unmasked look. And then here is how she looks with goggles down over her eyes, and this is another great alternate display piece. She also comes with few pairs of alternate hands. First we saw the fisted hands already on the figure, then she comes with a pair of gripping hands, also known as trigger finger hands, a pair of pointing hands, and then these dynamic open hands. And I assume that there is a mistake here because I actually got 3 of these and then only one relaxed hand, so I assume that that's a mistake. She probably should have come with a pair of relaxed hands, but it is what it is. All of these hands have a nicely painted silver nails. Switching out the hands is easy on this figure. Here's how the wrist joint looks, and we can give her one of these dynamic open hands. So here's how that looks. She also comes with 3 versions of her whip. First, this one, sculpted as a part of this loop that goes right here. We can pull out this one and we peg in this one. So here is how that looks. But then she comes with another version of her whip, and this one is pre-posed. It is made out of rubbery plastic, and here we have the handle, and then it is looped like it is tied around someone or something. But then they also included the 3rd version of her whip, and this one is actually wired. It is looped like this at the moment for the storage purposes, the way that it's inserted into the box. But this wire works perfectly. It is not closed here at the tip, so be careful not to hurt yourself, but it is fully posable, and this is something that I will enjoy using when I start recording her posing video. Now, the grip could be a bit tighter, but this is still perfect. It works beautifully. But what would Catwoman be without the jewelry? So she does come with this nice looking crystal, a necklace, this golden jewelry, and then all of this gold sculpted as a one piece, but with all of these beautifully made details. So these are some great accessories that you can use not just with Catwoman, but with some other characters as well. And then finally she also comes with a display stand that you need to put together. But let's now compare her to some other figures. Here is how she scales with the original Revoltech Arkham Batman and original 1.5 Joker. Here she is next to the knockoff of Revoltech Arkham Batman and a knockoff of Revoltech 2.0 Deadpool. Here is how she scales with CT Toys Brown Suit Wolverine and the Amazing Spider-Man. Here she is with CT Toys Agent Venom and an AliExpress knockoff of Figma Link. Here she is with the SH Figuarts Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man and Sentinel Peter B. Parker. And then with Mayfac's classic suit Spidey and Daredevil. Here we have her with Marvel Legends X-Men 97 Wolverine and Symbiote Spidey. And then with Star Wars The Black Series Vader and Stormtrooper. And then to see how she scales with some larger figures, here she is next to NECA TMNT movie Raphael and Masters of the Universe Revelation He-Man. Here she is with NECA Feral Predator and Savage Crucible Veteris Repax. And finally with YOLO Park Transformers AMK Pro Series Optimus and Starscream. So there you go, that was my look at amazing Yamaguchi Revoltech Catwoman made by Arkham Factory. I love how this KO turned out. Sculpt is sharp, paint job is minimum on this figure, but what is here is well done. Joints are sturdy, articulation is great, she comes with some nice accessories that are perfect for her, few alternate face expressions, diamonds, gold, and even a wired whip. There's not much more I would want for this character. It's a perfectly done copy of the original, and in case you are like me and you don't have the original, this is a fantastic option. It's a high quality knockoff for a much cheaper price. Once again, if you want to get your copy, you can do so over the link in the video description. But you've heard my thoughts and now I would love to hear yours. What do you think about how this figure turned out? Do you like it? Do you plan on getting it? Let me know all of it down in the comments. As always, a huge thank you to my Patreon and channel members for their support. If you can also join and help, please do so. Links are in the video description. And of course, to all of you guys, thank you so much for watching. Thank you for being here with me and I'll see ya in the next video.